It is just a huge honor today to be sitting here 1 degree north of the equator in Singapore, in beautiful downtown Singapore, where there's no fall, there's no winter, there's no spring, it's just summer. And I thought this would be very fun because I'm with the next generation of Singapore dentists. You've been out of school 1 year, and you've placed, how many implants have you placed? 3. You've been out of school 1 year, and you've placed?
About
2. You've been out 1 year, and you've placed? 0. And you've been out 4 years, and you've placed 4. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to give you the microphone and tell us your name. I think we'll just go from here left to right. Tell us your name, your age, where you were born, why did you become a dentist? I think a lot of these people, they hear all the 50 and 60-year-old people talk all the time, all the old people. I think it'd be really fun to listen to the brand new dentist out of Singapore. What's got you excited? Why did you become a dentist? So tell us your name. Tell us about you.
Sure. My name is Kevin, Singaporean. I graduated from the University of Adelaide last year, 2 years ago.
Adelaide, Australia.
Yes, that's right. And the reason why I got into dentistry is because I think it's a great profession. You meet different kinds of people every day, and you work by yourself. You do your own thing. I think that's quite comfortable for me.
Were there dentists in your family? Mom, dad, uncle, cousin?
No.
So you're the first dentist in your family?
That's right. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So growing up, I used to see my orthodontist, and she sort of inspired me, that dentistry can be a great and satisfying career. And then I got from there.
So you've been out of school 1 year.
That's right.
So where are you working? Are you working in your own office, or are you working for someone else?
Yeah, I'm working for someone else at a neighborhood practice.
So it's just you and one other dentist?
That's so me and 3 other associates.
So there's 4 dentists in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And how many operatories are in the dental office?
4 rooms.
4 rooms?
Yes.
So do you all 4 work at the same time, or?
Most of the time.
Most of the time,
yes.
It's the same. And what are your hours?
We start at 9:30 in the morning, and then we finish at about 5 to 6 in the evening.
How many days a week?
5 or 5.5 days a week.
5.5?
Yeah. It depends on how you feel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Depends on how you feel. And so you've been doing that all year?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
And how's it going?
It's all right. Fresh out of uni, you're trying to find your own path, your own groove. Trying to get, because right now you are responsible for your own treatment procedures, and you take a lot of pride in what you do, and trying to get as good as you can.
So what procedures do you like to do? What disease? What do you like to treat?
Extractions, mainly.
So is that mostly wisdom teeth, or is that teeth that had cavities, or is it gum disease? What is your average? Why does the average tooth need extracted when you're extracting a tooth in Singapore?
Let's see. So I usually deal with quite a bit of teeth with gum problems, like hopeless teeth that have very, very poor prognosis. So I think fresh out of uni, I wasn't very experienced with getting extractions done. So I think I'm trying to get better at extractions myself. So that's why that's why I guess I prefer doing extractions now, because I get a lot more experience.
So you like extractions?
Yes.
And now you're going into placing implants.
Yeah.
You've placed, how many did you say you placed?
3.
3.
Yeah.
So what do you think about? Did you place any in dental school in Adelaide?
No.
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 And so do you think that's going to be part of your practice in the future?
That's right. Yes.
And so talk about why that is. Why are you excited about implants?
So I think implants is the future of dentistry. If we have more people of longer life expectancy, people have high demands about their oral health. I think it's a much better alternative compared to dentures.
Compared to what?
Dentures.
Dentures?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think implants is something that we should all be able to provide in the future.
So what system are you going to go with?
Right now I'm using Megagen and myriad.
Megagen. And why did you go with Megagen?
That's the system that my superior uses, my boss uses.
So more a relationship.
Yeah, right.
Your boss uses Megagen,
Mm.
and you like placing them and restoring them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what other procedures do you think you'll like? Do you think you'll ever do orthodontics or endodontics?
Right. Orthodontics. Orthodontics is something that I'm trying to get myself into as well. Okay. People like straight teeth, and then it's a good way to build a practice with orthodontics.
And what about endodontics?
Not so much endodontics, I think.
You don't like endodontics?
Yeah. I think too much fiddling around with the.
So now in your practice, when someone needs a molar root canal, do you send it to one of the other 3 dentists in your practice,
That's
or do
right.
you there?
Yeah.
So one of the dentists in there likes endodontics?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like pediatric dentistry?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
So you basically don't like endo or pediatric dentistry.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Anything else you don't like?
That's pretty much. That's all about. That's
So
it.
so you like Crown and Bridge?
That's okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of boring, or
I'll do it.
but it doesn't. You don't have a real passion for
It
it.
doesn't make me feel. Oh yes.
Yeah. So what makes you feel? Oh yes.
Getting someone out of pain. I think.
Yeah.
That's what matters the most.
Yeah. That's what I like too.
Yeah.
I like emergency room the most.
Right.
Everyone's different.
Hmm.
So your name must be Giggles because you're just always laughing. Why are you always laughing and giggling? Are you just that happy?
Not exactly.
So what's your name? Tell us your story.
I'm Melissa. I'm born in Singapore and I studied at the University of Adelaide as well.
So you both went to Adelaide. Were you classmates then?
Yep,
Yeah?
we were classmates.
So did you copy off him or did he copy off you? So what's got you excited about dentistry?
I just thought it's interesting not doing a routine 9 to 5 desk job. With dentistry, everything is always changing. You're always having to think on your feet. And you just got to solve the problem on the spot. It's not always going to be the same. It's always different. It's not constant. And that's not too boring. You just a different challenge every time. Even if you're trained to manage a certain situation, things can go differently sometimes. So I just like challenges.
That is such a interesting, fresh perspective because there's never a dull moment in dentistry. I mean, because every patient and every tooth is different.
Yeah,
And
it's
you're
good
right.
when you can solve the problem, but when you can't, sometimes it's not that nice after all.
So where are you practicing now? You've been out of school a year.
Yep.
Where are you practicing?
Practicing at the suburban clinic as well.
In a clinic?
Yep.
With how many other dentists and how many chairs?
We're actually practicing at the same.
Oh, you guys are in the same place.
Yeah.
So there's 4 chairs and 4 dentists.
Yep.
So do you find a big part of the happiness is being able to talk to 3 other dentists as opposed to if you were in your own practice by yourself?
I guess there's the ups and downs of it. It's good when you need support and you need to consult someone about a case. There's more heads thinking and coming up with a solution. But sometimes we're not all going to agree on one thing, and I guess it's a good thing as well. You learn how to filter out what's good, what you're comfortable with, and what you're not, and make a decision that you think you're most comfortable with, and is best for the patient.
So what procedures do you like to do and what do you not like to do?
Well, I mean, I'm still fresh out, so everything is still quite new. I haven't really gotten bored of something. Don't particularly like molar endos as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We got 2 people that don't like molar endo.
Yeah, it's good when you can find the canals, but once you start spending a lot of time on it, and the patient is tired, you're tired, it gets a bit draining after a while. So
So what's the part you don't like about Melinda? Is it finding the canals?
sometimes it's finding a canal, sometimes it's negotiating a canal. I just haven't got very predictable I don't always have very smooth sailing molar endos thus far, so naturally I've started to focus on other aspects of dentistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're learning. So how many implants did you say you placed?
2.
2. So are you excited about learning how to place implants?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Definitely. Why is that?
Well, a lot of people are quite educated. They know what implants are nowadays. They come in asking for it, and we didn't come out of dental school knowing how to place implants. We know the theoretical aspect of it, but we don't actually place it. So you kind of have to be. It just feels better if you're able to provide the treatment plan that lots of people are asking for. There's a demand for it, and being able to cater to this market and not turning patients away makes you feel better about things, more accomplished. Like you're able to satisfy a greater percentage of people.
So you both went with Megagen because there's 4 dentists in your practice, and you're 2 of the 4.
Yep.
And the senior dentist you chose that system.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's why you're learning that system.
Yep, that's right.
So what other systems or what other procedures do you want to do or you're excited about? Are you going to learn, do you think, orthodontics or veneers or CAD/CAM dentistry, or what else do you have your eye on?
Yeah, I've got plans to learn ortho.
Ortho?
And
Now, how old are you 2?
I'm 25.
25.
27.
27. So you're half my age. You're making me feel really old. So you have your eye on ortho?
Yep, ortho, and eventually it would be good if I can do CAD/CAM as well. But currently my clinic isn't equipped with the machinery.
So you want to learn how to do CAD/CAM?
Yeah,
And what system would you use if you went and got a CAD/CAM?
not too sure at this stage. I guess I would do more research on it before I make a decision.
Now, are you on the website Dentaltown?
I like the page on Facebook.
You like what?
I liked it on Facebook.
You like Dentaltown on Facebook?
Yep.
Have you gone to the website or downloaded the app on your phone?
No, I haven't. I just heard about the app today.
Oh, you just heard about the app today?
Yes,
Well,
so I'll do
that's-
it later.
That's why I'm over here. Now, have you been on Dentaltown?
Yeah, I subscribed to the newsletter. Yeah.
Do you ever go to the website?
Not recently.
Okay, well, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm 9,219 miles from home. So I can get you guys. I'm not counting the miles. But that's why I'm here, because I think it's a really neat internet where you can all learn from each other.
Yeah, you're right.
So what other procedure? You think you'll learn ortho, you say?
Yep.
And what kind of ortho?
The clear aligners.
Clear aligners?
Definitely. And the normal metal straight wire ones.
So you want to learn both the fixed brackets and wires
Yep.
and the removable clear aligners like Invisalign or something like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
What about children? Do you like pediatric dentistry?
I don't mind children. I think that lots of patients start coming in with their children first, and then you build the practice up because the family members start coming in. But I wouldn't say I particularly enjoy working with kids at this stage, because it takes a lot of energy sometimes. It's good when you manage to get the kids' cooperation and they like you, but sometimes we just go nowhere.
So did you think of specializing, or did you always know you wanted to be a general dentist, a family dentist?
I'm still open to the idea of specializing, but it's not something that I want to. It's not something that I'm going to pursue at this stage, especially because I'm only 1 year out. I haven't really found a particular aspect of dentistry that I would want to commit the rest of my career to. So I'm open to just trying everything out and seeing what I'm actually most comfortable and what I enjoy doing best before I go and specialize and focus only on one region.
Now, are either of you married?
No.
No, you're still single?
Yeah.
And both of you were born in Singapore?
Yeah.
So why did both of you go all the way to Adelaide, Australia for dental school? Is it just because the dental school class here is small and it was just where you got accepted?
Pretty much, yes. For myself.
For yourself? Did you enjoy Adelaide, Australia?
Yeah, I loved it.
How long did you live in Australia?
For 5 years.
5 years? How about you?
Yeah, same. 5 years.
So, did you think about staying in Australia, or what made you want to come home to Singapore? Was it mom, dad, and family, or did you like Singapore more than Australia? Or tell me your thoughts on that.
Primarily because of family, and also because the year of our graduation, the job market there was much tougher. It was harder to get a job then because it was oversaturated with dentists. So it seemed like a more logical option to just come back to Singapore and start building up my patient base.
And what was your favorite city in Australia?
I like Adelaide.
You liked Adelaide the most?
Yeah.
And how about you?
Same, Adelaide.
Really? More than Sydney?
Yes.
More than Sydney. Sydney is too much like Singapore.
I agree. I see that. Or Hong Kong.
Yeah.
All those three cities are very similar. You know what my favorite city is over there? It's always Perth.
Perth.
I think Perth is the neatest city.
Yeah.
One of the neatest cities in the world. So let's go to the left side. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. So now we're over here. So you've been out of school 1 year too.
Yes.
Now, so what is your name and where did you go to school?
I'm Candice. I went to Western Australia University. in
And
Perth.
what city was that?
In Perth.
Oh, you went to Perth.
Yes.
That's my favorite city in the world. Did you ever go to Antarctica?
No.
It's only like 3 hours from Antarctica. So you went to dental school in Perth, Australia.
Yes.
And so you were there 5 years?
Technically, I was there for only 3 years. I
3
was
years.
from a university in Malaysia, and then I got transferred over to Perth for the clinical years.
So were we born in Malaysia?
Yes.
Kuala Lumpur?
No, Johor.
Which is across the river from
Yes.
Singapore?
Yes.
So then you started to go to dental school in Malaysia and then transferred to Perth, Australia.
Yes.
And then and so what made you not stay in Adelaide or not go back to Malaysia, or what made you stay in Singapore? What was the decision there?
It's closer to home
Home?
for Singapore, and I guess it's a better market here, safer.
Safer dental market? I love the way they giggle all the time. You guys are so young and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Everything's happy and funny. I've been watching you do this implant course today, and all you girls do is just laugh and giggle and smile. So that's very good. So what have you been doing this year? Your first. Are you working in a clinic or?
I'm working in a private clinic in the West.
And how many dentists are in that clinic? How many dental chairs?
We have 4 others full-time dentists, and there's actually 5 chairs in the clinic.
So 4 dentists and 5 chairs.
Yes.
And what are your hours?
My hours is mostly 9:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night.
9 in the morning to 9 at night?
For 3 days a week, and then another 2 days will be 9:30 to 5.
So 9 to 9, 3 days a week,
Yeah.
and 9 to 5, 2 days a week?
Yes.
And you never work a 6th day or a 7th day?
No.
So how many hours is that?
There is about 13 sessions, so each session will be about 4 hours.
So how many total hours? 9 to 9, 3 days a week.
52?
52 hours?
I think so.
Which is, I find so amazing, because 52 hours, like an American dentist, they only work like 32 hours. And they're always saying, well, how do I make more money or pay out my student loans? And I tell them, well, in Asia, they actually work. And if you were in Asia, you'd work 52 hours, and you'd make a lot more money and pay down your bills. And when they only work 32 hours and they don't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're bored. So what do? They go shop and they go buy stuff and they're spending money. And then I say, what is your main problem? And they go, well, I have $350,000 student loans. I go, well, pretend you're Asian and work 6 days a week and pay off all your bills and quit spending money. So I love the Asian work ethic. I mean, you guys were just born to work in Asia. They're always giggling and they're always working. I love it. So you've been working in a clinic for a year. And what's got you excited? What do you like to do?
It got me excited when the patient is really happy for what I've done. So if they came in with pain on the first visit, so after maybe one treatment or several times of seeing them, they got out of pain completely and they don't have to suffer much after that. They are really happy. So if they are really appreciative of what I've done, I'm happy too.
And when you're getting them out of pain, is that usually a root canal or an extraction?
Sometimes by just doing cleaning and wait for it to heal, it get them out of pain. They don't have to lose any teeth. They don't have to do any invasive procedure, and they are really happy. And I'm really happy too.
That is so awesome. And what procedures do you like to do?
I guess for now, I love doing surgical extraction. That is quite a new thing to me because I don't do much in school. So, yeah, it's some new things that I'm learning. But of course, all other procedures are great as well.
So, I wonder if everyone here likes extractions, but that may be a skewed sample because I'm here at an implant course. So maybe it's safe to say that people who like to learn how to place implants already like extractions.
Probably.
Because some people don't like any blood and guts. I call those types of dentists vegan vampires. You're supposed to be a dentist. You're supposed to like blood, but now you're a vegan vampire. So you haven't placed any implants yet.
No.
But you want to. And why do you want to?
Because there are some patients who really needs it and they really wants it. So when you give them the option of what they can do after the extraction, and they try denture, for example, and they don't like it, so eventually they are left with implant as an option. So if I'm able to do it to help them, that would be great.
And and why did you go with Megagen? Was that already in your clinic, or did you pick that yourself?
What our company uses.
That's already what your company uses.
Yes.
And I see. What other procedures got you excited?
For now, it's really about the patient because I'm still fresh out of dental school. So I'm open to all procedures whenever the patient needs it. So as long as anything that I can do to help the patient, it gets me really excited, even though going to work 9 to 9 every day.
Is that a long day for you, 9 to 9?
Yeah, it's really long.
It's really long?
Yes. You have lunch and then you need to go back to work. And then you have dinner and then, go back to work.
Now, do you like endo?
I don't mind doing endo if the patient really needs it. And I do have a few endo molars, and if I have to do it, I will do it.
That's interesting. It makes me realize that I think the older people need to try to focus on why do the younger kids not really like endo as much. It seems to be a common thing where many procedures sound more fun than a molar root canal. I don't know why that is. It's actually my favorite procedure is an extraction. But my second favorite is a molar root canal. But I don't know. That's something everyone needs to think about. Instead of trying to think of how to teach a child a root canal, I think maybe we should first look at how can we make it fun so that they want to learn how to do a molar root canal. Because I don't think it's a common thing in dental schools where they don't really seem to think it's fun. So do you think you'll ever learn ortho?
Maybe in the future, not anytime soon, because that to me that is a bit of more of cosmetic procedure. So for now, I'm more focusing on helping the patient which are in pain. So yeah, I will learn it in the future when I'm good with everything else.
You know, we have a lot in common. When I got out of school, there was the big cosmetic revolution. I got out of school in '87, and the big cosmetic revolution was probably '93 to 2000. And I kind of saw it as like all the doctors just wanted to do facelifts and tummy tucks, and I felt like a real doctor should be getting you out of pain and extracting the tooth or doing a root canal. And I never really got into the cosmetic revolution. It was just personal preference, you know. Some of my friends just love cosmetics, and they don't like to do root canals or extract. So everybody's different. Do you like pediatric dentistry?
If they are not crying, yes.
They're not crying. Now, do any of you have children? Are any of you married?
No.
So are you married?
No.
You're married? Do you have children though? Huh. So it's universal they don't like molar endo or crying children. I don't know how you can make anyone like a crying children. Even when I had 4 babies at home, you know, 1, 2, 3, and I had 4 babies in 60 months. So you would think I would just love babies. And I still didn't like pediatric dentistry. I mean, even though the love of my life was my 4 children, I still didn't like it. So what about CAD/CAM? Is that something to interest you down the road or not really?
Not really.
Not really?
I prefer the conventional ways of doing crown and bridges.
Mm-hmm. So you went to so we had 2 Adelaides, a Perth. Now, did you ever go to Adelaide, Australia?
I've been there once.
And what did you like more, Perth or Adelaide?
Can I say Melbourne?
Melbourne? You like Melbourne the most?
Yes.
Oh, and Melbourne is kind of the in America that would be kind of a Midwestern industrial city. I think Melbourne's like Kansas City or Houston or, you know, a Midwestern industrial, and Sydney is like Singapore or Hong Kong. But you like Melbourne the most?
Yes.
Huh. So thank you very much. And last but not least, what is your name?
I'm Sing Win.
Sing Win?
Yeah.
And your name was Candace?
Yes.
Now, does that mean candy? The kind that causes decay?
No.
It's not, your name's not really Candy. So, and what's your name?
Sing Win.
Sing Win?
Yeah.
And now you've been out of school
4 years almost.
4 years, so you're the oldest one here.
I am, yeah,
You're-
unfortunately.
And you've been out 4 years and you've placed 4 implants.
Yeah.
So where were you born and raised? Where did you go to dental school?
I was born in Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur or just across the river?
Nearby Kuala
Nearby
Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, okay. And I did my dentistry in Ireland.
In Ireland?
Yeah.
Dental school?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm 100% Irish.
Oh, are you?
I am. So what dental school did you go to?
University of Cork.
Cork.
Yeah.
Wow. So did they teach you how to drink?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. Most of our class parties are out drinking.
Yeah, the Irish, the
Yeah.
Irish and the Russians. They're
Yeah.
both the 2 cultures that like to drink a lot. But did you like dental school there?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, but I didn't really like the town though. I found it a bit quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really serene, and then most of the shops are closed by 5. So there wasn't much activity like after 5 if you're not drinking.
So it was in Cork,
It was in Cork, yeah.
and how far was that from? What was the next major town from Dublin?
Dublin, about 3 hours by car.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Now you were born in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So the weather was very different.
Very, very different. It was raining almost every day in Cork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you like more? Because right now we're 1 degree north of the equator. Do you like 1 degree north of the equator? What would Ireland be about? What would you guess? 33 degrees? So was there snow in the winters?
There wasn't much snow in Cork because it was nearer to the sea.
Yeah.
So it was a coastal town, so there wasn't much snow, although it goes down below 0.
So what do you like more? The equator, or do you like
Actually,
up more?
I prefer the cold.
You prefer the cold?
I prefer the cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Singapore. So you'd rather live in
Definitely.
So you'd rather live in a big city.
I rather live in a cold area rather than the heat in Singapore.
So if you could live anywhere, where would it be?
Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you been there?
Yes.
And what city did you like there?
I actually loved Geneva.
Geneva?
Yeah.
You know, I'll never forget the first time I lectured there. I said, "What's the name of that mountain?" And it's a beautiful mountain. And they said, "The Matterhorn." And I said, "Oh, well, that's the name of the roller coaster in Disneyland." And they go, "Yeah, that's the same mountain." I never made the connection as a kid in Disneyland. But yeah, I love Geneva, Switzerland. That
Yeah.
Matterhorn is just beautiful. So why were you in Switzerland? Did you just go there
I
on
was
vacation?
just on vacation, yeah. I used to travel quite a bit around Europe when I was still studying there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been out of school 4 years,
Yeah.
and the whole time practicing in Singapore?
No, I actually did a short, like a year plus back in Malaysia. So it was mostly in like public hospitals where we did the first year training program.
So you were born in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So you practiced 1 year in Malaysia
Yeah.
at a government clinic.
Yeah.
And then 3 years in Singapore.
Yeah.
So what's the pros and cons of Kuala Lumpur or Singapore? What made you pick Singapore over? Or could
Basically,
you-
in the government clinics back in Malaysia, it was more of providing just the basic dental treatment, meaning like scaling, extractions, and fillings, and not anything else. Yeah, so it was like routine work every day, doing scaling, fillings, extractions, and you just do that every day, all day long. Yeah. So I just wanted more variation in what I do.
Would it be more? Would you make more money in Singapore than Malaysia?
I would say so.
You would say so.
Yeah.
So are you liking Singapore?
I am enjoying myself so far.
And you've placed 4 implants.
Yeah.
So tell me what you like. What's got you excited in dentistry? How old are you?
30 this year.
You're going to turn 30 this year,
Yeah.
so you're 29.
Yeah.
And so what's got you excited?
About dentistry,
Mhm.
I would say I actually enjoy seeing kids.
You do enjoy seeing
Yeah.
kids?
I actually
Fantastic.
love seeing kids, yeah.
Now, does that make you like seeing them enough to that you might specialize in pediatric dentistry?
I thought about specializing in pediatric dentistry, but then I decided not to do any specialization at all.
And what were your thoughts there?
Well, basically, I just didn't want to spend time doing the whole specialization course and then come out and start over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just thinking just continue with general dentistry.
And I imagine in Singapore, if you just want to get a reputation of liking kids, that it might not matter that you're a pediatric dentist.
Yes, true. Because
Yeah.
there are not many dentists, general dentists who actually who actually are willing to see kids.
So you see that a lot in Singapore, where do a lot of the dentists in Singapore just say on the phone, "I don't treat children"?
Not really. They actually attempt, but then there isn't much that they can actually do for the child. Okay, and there are actually dentists who actually just examine the child and just refer them to dental hospitals to get the treatment done instead, because they actually don't even want to attempt seeing just doing any treatment on the child.
So what is the childhood situation in Singapore? Are they drinking a lot of I mean, you got fluoridated water.
Yeah.
Do they like the average 6-year-old child? Would the average 6-year-old child have 6 cavities, 3 cavities, 1 cavity?
I would say it varies really. There are children who comes in with cavities on all their teeth. There are children who come in with perfect dentition, so it really varies. There's no like real pattern in what we see.
Well, think about this, because you're in a very racial variety of Singapore,
Yeah.
and you know, in the United States, in my country, if the child eats traditional,
Yes.
like if the mom and dad are Asian and they eat a traditional Asian diet, the parents have no cavities, the grandparents have no cavities, neither does the kid. But if they eat a Western diet of McDonald's and French fries and ketchup and candy and Coke, they have lots of cavities. Do you see children's decay rate reflecting upon their ethnic diets, cultural diets?
Most of the children that I see with a lot of cavities are usually those with milk bottle caries.
Baby bottle
Baby
caries.
bottle caries, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so they actually go to bed either with a milk bottle or they wake up in the middle of the night asking for milk, and the parents actually give them. So they tend to develop a lot of milk bottle caries.
So that
the
wouldn't
major
matter what the
cause,
diet is. Just
yeah,
baby bottle.
Yeah.
They used to call it baby bottle tooth decay. Now what do they call it?
Milk bottle caries.
Something caries. Baby
Rampant
bottle tooth.
caries.
What is it?
Rampant caries. Rampant childhood caries.
Rampant childhood caries. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So you see a lot of baby bottle tooth decay out here.
Quite a lot. Yeah.
Quite a lot. Across. So does Singapore have a national education program fighting baby
Not
bottle
really
tooth decay?
aware of that. Yeah.
Sounds like something they really need. I wonder if you guys should go down to the Minister of Health and tell them what you're seeing, and maybe the Minister of Health could do some type of campaign. So what else has got you excited?
Orthodontics. I haven't really done much orthodontics, but I do have an interest in ortho. Yeah.
And what kind of ortho? Would it be fixed bracket, or would it be removable clear aligners, or?
Just ortho in general, so fixed clear aligners.
Mm-hmm. And and then you're here at an implant course. Why do implants have you excited?
Well, basically, people are tending to move away from dentures at this day and age. Yeah, so I actually had a patient who just jumped out of the chair when I told her about the option of replacing her teeth with a denture. Yeah, so people are getting more and more. They actually prefer something that's more fixed in their mouth that they don't actually have to remove. And so far, denture implants would be the most ideal replacement options for missing teeth at this point.
Implants are positive for mental health and oral health, and a denture is good for oral health, but it's not very good for mental health. You're right. A lot of people get very, very depressed and sad when they lose all their teeth. So you want to learn ortho? You want to learn how to place implant? Now, why did you pick Megagen? Was that now? Where are you working? Are you working in a clinic, or are you?
Yeah, I'm working in a clinic at the moment. Yeah, and since I started working at this clinic, I haven't placed any implants. So it has been a while since I placed my last implant. So my boss was actually asking me to just go for a refresher course. So I joined this course, and so happened that this course they're using Megagen. Yeah, so it wasn't that I picked Megagen to use as my preferred implant system.
So how many dentists in your clinic? How many chairs? How many dentists?
We have 8 chairs. And
Wow.
Yeah, at times all 8 chairs will be.
With how many dentists?
All 8 dentists.
So there's 8
And
dentists.
On some days, sometimes we go down to 4 dentists at once. Yeah.
Mhm. Do all of you usually work out of one chair?
No, we have 8 chairs.
But you personally. I mean, if there's 8 chairs and 8 dentists, and everybody's working in one room.
No, we have 8 separate rooms.
Different days you work.
Yeah.
Different rooms. Yeah.
Do you usually work one chair at a time, or do you usually jumping back between?
One chair.
One chair at a time.
Yeah.
You're normally not working back and forth with 2 chairs. Do you all have a dental assistant? Do you have someone helping you?
Yep.
You all 4? All 4 have dental assistant? Do any of you use a dental hygienist to clean teeth?
We have a dental hygienist in our practice, but haven't really engaged her services. I'll just do it on my own.
So you're all doing your own cleanings?
That's right.
Or are you all doing your own cleanings? And what do you think of the state of dental hygienists? Do you think that's something down the road? Do you think that's something down the road where you would want a hygienist cleaning the teeth? Or do you think you'll always do your own cleanings?
If I still have the passion for cleaning, I'll always do it myself.
You still like it?
Yes, I still like it for now, so I will do it myself.
Do you like cleaning teeth?
I don't mind doing scaling at this point.
Do you think you'll use? Because I noticed Singapore. When was their first graduating class? They started 2003 and graduated 2006. It was a 3-year program, so it's 2006. So they've been graduating 25 hygienists a year for 10 years. That's only 250 for a country of 5.5 million. But right now, all four clean your own patient's teeth, and that's the way it's going to be in the future. So anything else? Anything else you would like to share with dentists your age around the world?
Learning is a lifelong journey.
Learning is a lifelong journey.
Yeah, everyone gets there. So don't stress. There's life outside of dentistry. Find your own hobbies. And then just, it's important to stay positive, throughout your career. Because sometimes dentistry can be stressful. And just don't let it affect you all the time. And
how do you deal with the stress of dentistry?
You talk to your peers. You have problems. You go on. You talk to your friends. They understand, and we share ideas, and then we're trying to overcome. It's like a group effort kind of thing.
And let me ask another question. Did you guys all graduate with a lot of student loans? Are you in a lot of debt?
No. My parents paid my school fees.
So your parents were not dentists, but they paid your dental school fees.
That's right.
What about you?
The same for me as well.
So your parents paid for you to go to dental school?
Yeah.
Were they dentists?
No.
So were you the first dentist in your family?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that is so neat. And what about you?
Same.
Your parents paid for your dental school? And there were no dentists in your family? So what about you? Same? So you were the first dentist? So all four of you are the first dentists in your family? And none of you really have any student loan debt? That's interesting. That's very interesting. A big problem in the United States is they're coming out about $300,000 to $400,000 in debt U.S. And it's a big nut to pay every month. Just the minimum monthly payment. So none of you guys have debt. And now, do you think you will just continue to work where you work, or do you think you'll start your own practice or buy into the practice, or what is it? Will you just stay working for someone else, or will you eventually start your own practice someday?
At some point of my career, I would like to own my own practice. But right now, just trying to get as much experience as I can.
And how old are you?
27.
And so how old do you think you'll be when you start your own practice?
Let's see, maybe 30 plus.
30 years old? So
yeah,
three,
I'll get a family first,
3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
And will you buy land and building, or will you rent a space, or?
I'm not too entirely sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
What about you?
Eventually, I would hope to own my own practice as well.
And you're 25?
Yeah.
And how old do you think you'll be when you own your own practice?
Preferably before 40.
Before 40?
Yeah. When I'm still young and energetic.
I have a feeling you're going to be young and energetic when you're 70. And what about you?
Actually, I have no plan for that yet.
So you're perfectly fine working for someone else, and you don't really need to own your own business. That's not one of your goals right now. Okay, and what about you?
I'm actually fine working at a practice at the moment. I don't plan to open my own clinic.
So we have 4 people. So 2 of you are just fine working somewhere and don't really want the headache of owning your own office. And you 2, you want to do it in 3 years. You want to do it in 13 years.
Yep.
And very good. Well, hey, I just want to tell you it was an honor that you 4 kids wanted to spend an hour with me today. And I think the folks around the world, I think they really found it fun to listen to what the next generation, because we're all going to retire and you guys are going to inherit the entire profession of dentistry. And after talking to you 4 fine folks, it looks like dentistry is in very good hands. And I would feel very, very safe handing the whole profession over to you guys. You guys seem like you're really good people and really are fired up to want to do the right things in dentistry. So thanks for spending an hour with me today.